In the process of ascension, one of the things that we have to watch out for is the negative ego. One of the basic tools that I teach all my students and I discuss at length in the book is about all of us learning how to become detached from our own experience. Often when humanity in general lives in their emotional body. Whatever experience that you're having, you're so entrenched in the experience and your entire emotional body is involved that you cannot stop yourself even if somebody were to say to you, hey, watch out, you're going the wrong direction. You're out of control emotionally. So in order for this to happen, the South American chairmen have a concept they're calling the stalking of self. The idea of you becoming detached, almost like an observer standing back, looking at yourself. And if you can find this kind of disconnection, what happens is that you have an outsider's point of view and you begin to watch yourself. Now, this is not to say that the moment you do this, you have mastery. In fact, this is only the beginning of the process. Because it's often after the fact, you still can't detach yourself emotionally. It's often after the fact that you begin now to realize, wait a minute, that behavior was completely out of control or unascended. I could have done this better. Now, one of the things that I suggest to all my students is to actually make a spiritual vow once you have the perspective of the incorrect behavior. So in front, you call in everything that you hold to be holy, and you ask them that in the future, should this situation present itself, this is the way that I'm going to behave. I ask my student all the time, just think for a moment, in hindsight, if God and Goddess was walking in your footstep today, would he or she have behaved in the manner that you did? And if the answer is no, there are adjustments for you to make. And from that perspective, you make a vow. I'm making a vow that from this point forward, if this presents itself, this is where my behavior is going to be. This is where my consciousness is going to be. And when you do this, something extraordinary happens. What happens is that you begin to enlist the help of beings that are much more powerful and much more extensive in terms of their scope, but that are not permitted to interfere without consent. And when you do this, the moment you presented with the situation again, they will either make you aware of this particular, that you are now threading on thin ice, or they will completely empower your will and your volition to give you the ability to actually change the pattern of behavior. And that is a tremendous amount of help. There are two rules in the universe that one has to be very cognizant of. Free choice. All sentient life forms have the right to choose. The second one, non-interference. That I cannot commingle my energy grid with you without two things: complete disclosure as to my intention. Second, your permission. Thus, these beings cannot interfere. At the moment, we may think, I have a guide and I have all these angels, I have all these beings around me. Why are they not helping me? It's because they are not allowed to interfere. If you choose to suffer today, they will respect that choice. So you have to be very careful, because these beings are so careful about this, that when you ask them to do something, they do exactly to the letter what you asked. So mind what you're asking. These are some of the tools from my own personal journey and experience on the path of enlightenment and ascension that I have in this book. I'm hoping that you will have an opportunity to read it and see if it is incongruent, if the message is congruent with you. Blessings. I hope that you will have the opportunity to share this with some of your friends as well.